This scandal is so deep and consequential that it calls for an extraordinary response. Police officers involved in any wrongdoing should be granted full immunity to blow the whistle on this sorry episode. Before we bring in our next guest, let's have a look at what's been happening in Victoria this week with bombshell revelations published in the Herald Sun. After a review of the Daniel and Catherine Andrews car crash found Victoria Police engaged in an overt cover-up to avoid implicating a political figure in a life-threatening incident. This is after the Andrews SUV had struck a teenage cyclist, Ryan Muleman, seriously injuring him. The explosive 36-page assessment by former Police Assistant Commissioner Dr Raymond Shuey, commissioned by Mr Muleman's lawyers as part of the Supreme Court proceedings against the law firm who acted for him in relation to the crash, asserts that the Andrews family SUV was travelling at speed and on the wrong side of the road when it struck Ryan in Blairgowrie. Now, for the record, Dan and Catherine Andrews have dismissed this report and said in a joint statement this week, "We did nothing wrong. This matter has already been comprehensively and independently investigated and closed by Victoria Police and integrity agencies." In Dr Shuey's review, Victoria Police committed more than a dozen inexcusable breaches of standard operating procedures. This deepening scandal engulfing the former Premier and Victoria Police threatens to further undermine the public's trust in the Victorian justice system. It's almost impossible to look at the numerous breaches without concluding that a plan was executed by members of Victoria Police to subvert the law and to minimise any scrutiny of adverse consequences for Daniel and Catherine Andrews. One cannot simply assume gross incompetence is behind these serious breaches of standard police operating procedures, such as failing to breathalyse the driver, when those failures are compounded by deceptive and misleading conduct in falsely claiming a breath test was conducted and was negative. There must be a resolution to this saga that restores the public's faith in the police force, and that can only come if there is clarity around precisely what happened and at whose behest. This scandal is so deep and consequential that it calls for an extraordinary response. Police officers involved in any wrongdoing should be granted full immunity to blow the whistle on this sorry episode. Victorians deserve to know the truth. We want to be able to trust our police and know that they're not complicit in breaking laws to protect the rich or the powerful.